Everybody. Today we are looking at a trade that I took this morning, very early pre-market. As I said, I wasn't going to trade today, but I had to go get my car serviced, and I saw a potential setup within the range that you guys are looking at right now. So this is the range that was pretty much set from the overnight session through the early morning session, and you can tell that we had about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5, 6 retests of the bottom of this range at the 2120 level. So I was looking to play longs once we were able to find support towards the 50% retracement of this range. And with some selling pressure coming in, I thought we were going to be, just getting some of those sellers out of the way to potentially move this up ahead of the news. So as you could see, we had a strong push up, but now we have a strong sell candle kind of clearing out some liquidity, wiping away some of these outstanding orders that were left on the buyers on the way up. And I'm waiting for support to come in on the MACD or with these EMAs that are clearly floating in the middle, not doing much in terms of giving us a price direction. But now you can see we had a red candle close. We're going to come back down. So this is where I'm building my sort of thesis as to why I think we're going to flip to the bullish side of things. So we're kind of teetering towards the top of this. We do ultimately end up pushing lower, but what I'm waiting for is a nice retest of those EMAs to come back through. So we're starting to push down here. Still pushing down nicely. But since we're not pushing down as aggressive as the previous candle, this is telling me that buyers are ready to step in and bring this thing back towards the top. So the next candle is about to open. We're still staying above the EMAs, which is nice. Like to see that support building. Also, if you look at the volume profile, this is where a majority of the trade is taking place. So right about in the middle of this range, we are seeing the most transactions taking place in terms of the order flow. So with us not pushing down, floating right here in the middle, again, keeping my thesis towards the buy side, thinking that we're going to move up. So I'm going to chart the Fibonacci's from the pivot low to pivot high of this move, knowing that, of course, the 50% retracement is going to be somewhere right in the middle. As you can see, buyers are still holding it pretty strong. Got a little flick up. So buyers are coming in. I'm going to move the Fibonacci out of the way. I want to keep this trade tight because I know that the pre-market can move pretty quick. So now we're looking good. We have a nice little support basing candle right there, looking like we're going to start somewhat of a rally. MACD still looks pretty solid. We're starting to curl over on the MACD indicator, but the price is still moving up, which makes me happy. And then knowing that we have news coming out, I want to keep this trade quick. Definitely finding support around the EMAs. This candle pushed down and is clearly starting to bring itself back up, struggling to close lower. And you would think after seeing such a large sell candle 3 minutes prior, we would see some continuation pretty quickly. But the buyers have stuffed that to a certain extent. There we go. A little flick back up again. But now we're starting to find some support on top of that EMA. MACD is about to cross again, but turn towards the upside. So there's my fill. You'll notice the fill is terrible because it's pre-market. Got my stop set just below. And I'm going to place my take profit right towards the top end of this range, mainly because you truly never know how quick it's going to go. So now we just let the trade ride out. It would be a pretty cheap trade if I was wrong, and that's okay. And again, these are 9 Apex accounts, guys. Only down about 10, $15. Nothing too crazy. We're still floating right in that middle of the volume profile. Looking strong now. Buyers are coming back in. keeping ourselves pushed up towards this green candle close. No real seller rejection. Moving the stop loss up a little bit more. And now we start to get a little bit of a break, bring in the stop loss up, take profit up. Now we're starting to pump a little bit from the buyers. Cruise control trade, nothing crazy. And take profit. All right, so now let's get into the commentary where my day actually started to fall apart, but I was able to save it. And you're going to see by me turning on all of the fills and orders that I absolutely overtraded today. And that is largely because while I was at the car dealership getting everything serviced, I went a little tilty trying to trade the news and catch the top, which I actually sort of did in this general area. But let me walk you through what I saw this morning and ultimately how I saved myself from drawdown. So this is the trade we just went through, $85, one lots. Okay, bought it 127, sold at 131.25. Great. Okay. Took some micro scalps here, just kind of sitting, made $50, $75, blah, blah, blah. I was up roughly $143 on the day at this time. So then the news comes out, lost $200. Again, made about 130 back, lost 145, made 35. So clearly over trading and got myself into a pretty big drawdown. I think I was down roughly almost $900 or $1,100 on the day. But you can actually tell that I caught the top, just did not hold it. I actually had to leave the dealership from here, or else I would have probably held through this at least, or at least caught this candle here. But trading in hindsight does not matter. Let's walk through what I saw. Again, I was trading from my iPad, no mouse, no nothing, just straight up finger tapping my way through the, through the trades. But here are the accounts. We're up 298, 293, 303 on the day. So we're going to end the week strong, no drawdown. So we were able to recover, which is good. But I was clearly chasing the top, and it is without a doubt that after the news came out, sellers were just getting squeezed. Sellers were trying to find the top, and that was just feeding these buy orders to rip this thing up. And we did. We crested the 250, rated above that a little bit, and then pulled ourselves back down. So I was able to save a decent amount coming through here. And then, I caught this, which I should have held the entire way down, but hard to trust NQ sometimes when the news comes out shortly after. So I upped my size to 2 lots, $100, $210, played the bounce here, didn't make much. I think I made like $20, $180, $70, $350 on this candle. I actually thought this candle was going to rally. Pushed back down, doji candle, $120, and then that's how we got ourselves back. But one thing that you're going to notice, and I think we're going to be setting ourselves up for a decent afternoon squeeze, is we actually crossed the MACD right at the top. And then we've been in a steady downtrend ever since. But here's the interesting thing. We've crossed right here at 11:11, and it is now almost noon. So 50 minutes has gone by. MACD is increasing, but this is staying sideways. So I'm anticipating somewhat of a massive afternoon squeeze. That remains to be seen. I don't know if it'll happen. But looking right back at the volume profile from this morning, we are still trading right in the range where all of the orders have been taking place from the trade you guys just saw that was live. So was much more selective on the trades on the way back down to get myself out of drawdown. Very short hold times, and wanted to get in and get out to get my profits. Had a tight stop losses on the way down as well. But absolutely should not have been trading from my iPad in retrospect, nor should I have been trying to chase the top on an iPad. And that's historically been my downfall, is chasing the top. I'm not a fan of that. But guys, that is everything I have for today's video. If you like this live trading stuff and these recaps with my trading psychology and what I'm looking at, please comment down below and let me know, just so I can keep doing these videos. Or if you want to see something else, please let me know that as well. But other than that, guys, thanks so much for sticking around and watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.